Dear students, welcome to another video tutorial on Data Structure and Algorithm Lab. In our previous practical class, we have did different programs on array. Okay, in our last two practical classes. So today we will do more programs on array. Okay. So before starting, I want to introduce myself. My name is Niladri Shekhar Pal. I am working as an assistant professor at Computer Science and Engineering Department at Greater Kolkata College of Engineering and Management. The college is situated under GIS Group Educational Initiative and it is situated at Baroipur. Okay, so let's do the C program. So our first program is to find the total number of duplicate elements in an array. That means an array may have multiple duplicate elements. Okay, that means suppose the array elements are 4, 6, 2, 6, 3 and 2. Okay, so as you can see that the multiple elements have multiple values. Okay, so we have to find how many elements are there in that array which have duplicate or multiple elements. Okay, so let's do the C program. So this is our C editor. We will go to file, new, source file. Okay. So first we will take the header files #include stdio.h. Okay, these are the header file stdio.h. Okay, next we will take another header file #include conio.h. That this is console input output. Okay, basically header files are used because all the library functions like printf, scanf, okay, and many more are there. Okay, all these library functions are defined within this header files. Okay, so to use those header files in our C program, we must need to include these header files. Okay, so next we will take the main function int main. Okay, so this is the main function on the C programming language. Any C program must have a single main function. Okay, and int it is return type. Okay, basically you can use void here, but what are the but I am using here int because that's this dev C++ compiler will give some error in if I use void. Okay, so that is why I am using here the int main function. Okay, so now another more thing that any C program will start execution from this main function. So now we'll take the variable. So this is the array1. Okay, next we will take another array variable. So this is arr2. Next arr3. Okay, so we have three array variables here. Okay, so next we will take few variables like n, nm, which we will initialize at, or you can take mm, it will be easier to understand. Okay, which has been initialized as 1, and ctr, another variable which has been initialized as 0. Okay, or we need for iteration we need more variables like int id. Okay. So next we will take the printf function. Printf here, total number of elements in an array. Total number of elements in array. Okay. So next we will use the scanf function. This function is basically used to take any values through keyboard. Okay. So scanf %d ampersand and next we will take all the values. Okay. So printf slash n, enter the number of elements. Enter the number of elements. Okay. Now we'll take the for loop for I equals to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. Okay. So here printf slash enter % d element. Okay. So comma, this is I plus 1. Next scanf percentage d. Okay. Comma ampersand arr 1. Okay. And here we will take the index value, that is I. Okay. So all the elements of the array has been taken. Now we basically copy the content of one array into another array. Okay. So now what we will do? We will do just copy the content of this array into other. So for I equals to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. Okay. So arr2 I equals to arr1 I. Okay. So the value of arr2 I equals to arr1 I. Next we will take arr3I equals to 0. Okay, so we will initialize it as the first value as 0. Now we will mark the element which are a duplicate. Okay, so now we will mark all those elements which are duplicate. For that we will using the for loop for I equals to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. Okay, so here we will take for j equals to 0, j less than n, j plus plus. Okay. So if arr1 j equal arr2 j, okay, so arr3j, here is mm, and the value of will be incremented. Okay, so you have stored the duplicate values which are duplicate. Okay, in the array arr3. Okay, so the loop is here for I equals to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. Within that for j equals to 0, that means at first we will take we will compare the first value of I with, here is a mistake, I have did a mistake. Here it will be ARR I, because the first value of the array will be compared with the rest of the elements. Okay. So if there is a match, it will be that element will be stored at ARR3 array. Okay. And the value of mm will be incremented. Okay. And after that, the value of will be again 1. Why 1? Because it will increment once again. Okay. It will be start from again from 1. Okay. Now we will print the array. Okay. So which array we will print? We will print basically the third array. Okay. So printf slash n, the result is, so for I equals to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. Okay. So if ARR 3I equal to, then the value of CTR will be incremented. So after that we will print the total number of duplicate elements. Okay. So printf slash n, total number of duplicate elements are percentage t, comma CTR. Okay. So this is the program. Okay. So if any value is greater than 1, basically if it is 2, okay, so then we can increase the value of CTR as well. Okay. So I'm saving this program now. Saving it as text in our data structure lab. Basically the program. Let's see. Okay. Let's run the program. Execute, compile and run. Okay. So a number of elements, suppose it is 6. First element is suppose 3, 4, 5, 4, 3. Okay. So as you can see that the total number of duplicate elements are 2y, because here is number of 3 is 1 and this is the second one. Okay, so duplicate values 1 and here is 4 and 4. Okay, so 3 is duplicated twice and 4 has been twice. Okay, so this is the answer. Okay. So now our next program is to merge two arrays of same size and sort it in descending order. Okay. So we have to merge. There are two arrays. We have to first merge them, and we have to print them, or we have to keep them in descending order. Okay. We have to represent them in descending order. Okay. So let's do this program. Okay. So this is our C editor. So first we will take the header files. So as you know all, why we will use this header files. So stdir.h. Next we will take the another header file, that is has to include conio.h. Okay. So this is the basically the console input output. Next we will take int main. Okay. So this is the main function. Next we will take few variables. Basically we use main function because any C program will start executing from this main function. Okay. So we have used int arr1, value is 100, suppose arr2, this is 100, comma we'll take another, that is arr3, here we will also use 100. Okay. We have to take few more variables like int s1, s2 and s3. Okay, and for iteration purposes we'll take few variables more. So first we will take how many elements in the first array. Okay, so slash n. So enter the number of elements in array 1. Here it is scanf percentage d comma ampersand s1. Next we will take the values of array 1. Okay, so printf slash n, enter the number of elements in arr1. Sorry, enter the elements. Okay, so it will not be the number of elements. Enter the elements of array 1. Okay, so we'll use a for loop here. So I equals to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. Okay. Basically, it will not be n. Okay, here we have taken s. This will be s1, right? So here we will use the scanf function, percentage d comma ampersand s1. Okay. So all the elements of the array 1 has been taken. Okay. So similarly, we will take all the elements of array 2. Okay. So print it slash n, enter the elements of array 2. Okay. So here we will again take a for loop. So for I equals to 0, I less than s2, I plus plus. Scanf within double quotation percentage d comma ampersand s2. So all the elements of S2 array has been taken. This will be ampersand AR2 and same did the same mistake. It will be array 1 and okay. AR1 and AR2. Okay. So the both the array elements has been taken. So what will be the size of the array which will store the all the elements of these two arrays, array and array 1. So as the size of the array 1 is S1 and the size of the array 2 is S2. Okay, so S3 is the size of the new array. So it will be S1 plus S2. Okay. So S3 will be the size of the third array. That means array A3. Okay. So now what is our objective? Now we will copy the content of first array into the third array, and after that we will copy the content of second array and we will paste it in the third array. Okay. So for that we will use the for I equals to 0, I less than S1, I plus plus. Okay. So ARR, sorry, ARR 3, I equals to ARR 1, I. Okay. So here we will take for j equals to 0, j less than S2, j plus plus. Okay. So ARR 3I equals to ARR 2J. Okay. So that means at first all the elements of array 1 has been copied to array 3, and after that all the elements of ARR3 has been copied to ARR2 has been copied to ARR3. Okay. And here the value of I is incremented. As there is no I loop. Now our array 3 has been stored all the elements of the array S1 and array 2. Okay. So what is our next target? Now we have to sort all the elements of array 3 in descending order. Okay. So for that we will write for I equals to 0, I less than S3, I plus plus. Okay. So here for k equals to 0, k less than S3 minus 1, and here k plus plus. Okay. So if ARR 3k equals to, or rather you can say that less than equals to, okay? Less than equals to ARR3 K plus 1. Okay, so then we can write that J will be ARR 3K plus 1. Okay, and ARR. We are basically doing the swapping here. Okay, ARR 3K plus 1 equals to ARR 3K. Okay, and ARR 3K equals to J. Okay, so all the elements are now sorted. Okay, so what is our next duty? So now we will basically print all the elements of the array 3. Okay, so for that we have to take a loop for I equals to 0, I less than S3, I plus plus S3 because S3 is S1 plus S2. Okay, so we will print the array. So printed percentage T. I'm taking a slash in here. D comma ARR3I. Okay, so all the elements of the array will be printed. Okay, so let's save the program first. Save as. Okay, so it is program 5.c. Okay, so let's execute it. Compile and run. So enter the number of elements. Suppose here is 3. I'm taking a short one. So the elements are suppose 4, 2, 3. Second is suppose same size it has been taken, so 3. Element suppose 2, 6, 4. Okay, suppose it's an error. Okay, let's run once again. This is suppose compile and run. Array size suppose 3. Elements are suppose 5, 3, 2. Here is also 3. Elements are suppose 4, 8, 6. There is some error in, there is some problem in next suppose array 2. Okay, so as you can see that here the value of, okay, there is a small error here. Actually we have forgot to take the value number of elements of the array 2. Okay, that is why it is taking long values. Okay, just I'm saving the program and again once again compiling. Okay, so it is 3 and the values are 4, 3, sorry, 32, 1. It is also 3, suppose 2, 5, 8. Okay, so as you can see that all the elements here are in descending order. Okay, so this is the program how to merge the elements of two array and print them in a new array in descending order, or store them in a new array in descending order and then print them. Okay, so hope you have understood this problem. Okay, students, there is another, this is any another two programs, okay, of array. Hope you have understood. If you have any doubt, any query, you can write on the comment section. Okay. So thank you for now. See you in the next tutorial.